All right, it is Sunday night. You know what that means. Mud Mule TV is completely off the ball today. Thought that the race wasn't starting for another 8 minutes. Oh, great. Now everything else is all messed up as well. Let me just quickly fix that. Shit. Okay, that one there. OSM. Why is it not picking up my... Ah. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this... Let's get rid of that for now. I'll load back in. We're actually in Heat 2 right now of the Motowear International 360 sprint cars. A little bit of contact there between one of the sprint cars. Looks like the 22 of Christopher Standridge. I think. No, not going to let me load the track map and the leaderboard up. But John Bennett's our race leader. Christopher Standridge, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald. Oh my gosh, we have had such a manic start to the day. See if my leaderboard stuff's updated. Oh my god, none of this wants to work for me! Oh. So I think we finally got everything sorted, right, as... Leaderboard. I thought I had it all sorted. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, guys. Looks like we've got a bit of a warm-up right now, which is good because it gives me a chance to sort of get some things sorted at my end. I don't think any of my cameras are loaded. I don't have any cameras for Port Royal. Alright, we are here. This is Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Port Royal Speedway round of the Motowear International. Oh, why have I got Robert Such Good Dirt Street Stocks in the text? Oh my god! This is the second week in a row the Motowear International sprints have been affected by my inability to tell the time and adjust for daylight savings. Oh, wrong one. Oh my god. What's the name of? Why is it not working? For frick's sake. Standing snow. That one. Freaking god. Today's just gonna be one of those days, I think. There we go. Alright, just while they're completing the warm-up and glowing up, I'll be back in just one moment, guys. Oops. All right, we're lining up on the grid here. I am so sorry, guys. Alright, some of those cars are taking an EOL. Christopher Standridge, it looks like, as well as John Bennett. Josh Roberts maybe pulling off to the side. Sorry, not John Bennett. Looks like our race starter will be the 42. Oh, no, it was John Bennett. Sorry, Josh Roberts is our... Alright, I haven't had a coffee. I'm behind schedule. This is going to be fun. What do we got? 30 laps of Wheatland at USA Lucas Oil Speedway. Alright, we're off and racing. Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter, Jonathan Sutton, Peyton Burkett, Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Christopher Standridge, and John Bennett. We are off and racing. Man, those sprint cars are loud. Let's just bring them back just a fraction. Oh, that's loud at my end as well. Let's turn those down a fraction. There we go. Oh, we've still got the sponsor logo from the other race up. Oh my gosh, I am just not with it today. Anyone that's watching this particular broadcast, don't use this as my sort of idea of what I'm normally like. I'm normally much better. But just, unfortunately, for whatever reason, caution is out. Alright, let's just get rid of those. Oh my god, why do they go back to that for? Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, Josh and John and Wayne and the boys. This is not how I expected today's broadcast to start off, especially after last week's, where daylight savings completely messed me up and I missed everything significantly. Alright, front row is going to be Josh Roberts, Peyton Burke, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, Jonathan Sutton, John Bennett, Wayne Bridges is also there. Looks like Christopher Standridge currently in the pits. Alright, looks like Chris back out of the pits on the rear field. We're going to get this one back underway. Lap 5 of 30. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Motowear International Sprint Car round. We're at Lucas Oil Speedway. Oh. And we will be going to the Motowear International late models after this. Roberts to the race, the lead of the 17 of Peyton Burkett right there behind him. Dawson Potter, Jonathan Sutton. Oh, Christopher Standridge. Oh no, Christopher Standridge just has a crash. 92 of Wayne Bridges also come to a stop. Let's go see if we can have a look and see what happened. Oh, we got jumped straight to it, but it looks right there. There's Chris. Coming around the 88 of Travis McDonald as he comes up. A little bit of contact on the two cars, which sends Chris sliding across pit lane. Alright, we're off and racing. There's the 22 of Christopher Standridge. It's got the 92 of Wayne Bridges behind him. They were involved in that last incident. It's our second caution of our 30 lap race here at Wheatland, USA, Lucas Oil Speedway. Wagwan. I don't even know what that says. Wagwan Rasta. Bless up. Bomber clot. Oh, terrible. I can say beer can in British and it sounds Jamaican. Yeah, I want some beer can, man. Alright, we are racing. And it is still up the front. Josh Roberts, Peyton Burkett. We're going to jump around the track a little bit, see if we can see what the other cars are doing. Sorry for bailing on the talk show last night. Griff yesterday, the paramedics really took off in Fat Duck, so I had to start doing some extra work. Alright, another caution has come out. This one looks like it might be the 88, the 1, the 44. That is John Bennett, Dawson Potter, and Travis McDonald. Get back by the 88. There's the 88, there's the 44, there's the 22. The 88 got a little bit loose there. There's the one up ahead. See if we can see how this plays out. The 88 still a little bit loose, nothing too crazy. In between the 22 and the 44. 44 got a bit, oh no, it was the one that got loose. The 44 caught him, wheel stands. The 88 comes into contact as well. Ah, one. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, okay, yeah. Just while we're on caution, I wish I could remember this guy's name, and if Lolly was awake, she'd tell me, but there's this guy on YouTube that we watch. There we go. He's really, really good at learning languages. Like, super good. Does a lot of Mandarin and Asian and stuff, but, he goes around the different towns, like, you know, you got Chinatown, Jamaica Town, etc., in America, like in the different towns. He would go up to them and order things in their language. He'd take a month. And yeah, he was doing Jamaica, and it was so funny. Like, this Jamaican dude was like going on about how he speaks better Jamaican than he did. It is so funny. He's a great guy. Starts with S. Schumer, something. I don't know. But yeah, you've seen the guy, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, front row, Josh Roberts, Delaware restart is in order. Peyton Burkett, Jonathan Sutton on that second row. Christopher Standridge, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, John Bennett. Dawson and Potter still in the pits there. Don't see him in the pits, don't see him on the track. We've still got 13 laps to come. Big apologies to the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Oh, sorry, gotta take this call real quick. Alright, sorry about that. When mum calls, you answer the phone. Yeah, I wish I could speak different languages like that. My kid can speak Japanese. Spent 2 weeks over there. An exchange student. But any language, any foreign language is quite cool, I think. I used to be able to speak pretty fluent French back in high school, but drugs, alcohol, and a debaucherous lifestyle, I think I've lost those parts of my brain. I can remember Je m'appelle. Oui, oui. No, yeah, French sucks. Bunch of surrender monkeys. No. To give us some kicked off the air. But no, language is le fromage le fromage dans la douche. That's I see fromage and I just think it means cheese because of fromage from I don't know. Le fra, that's feminine. The French. Oh, the douche. Oh, I don't know. That seems feminine. Le, not la. I can figure. I always forget. Alright, but we're back and racing. This one I do know. Peyton Burkett, my gosh. I really need that coffee. Peyton Burkett, Josh Roberts. Peyton's got past Josh and is now our race leader. Cheese is in the shower. That's why your washer's called a douche. Because of the French language on the tag. Yeah, okay. And fromage is cheese. Alright. I feel like you're playing with me a little bit here, but we'll see. Just 4 laps to go in what has been a pretty messy broadcast of Mud Mule TV here on Bobbeth TV. We've had issues with getting live on time. We've had issues with our overlays not working. Different sponsor logos appearing. It has been a broadcast and a half. I used to know how to say this is not a cheese sandwich in German, but I've forgotten that as well. Das ist not Brock. Das ist not Brock. No, I can't remember. But we get to 1 to go. Peyton Burke is going to win tonight's sprint car race here for the Motowear International 360 Sprints. Wheatland, USA, Lucas Oil Speedway. Second, Josh Roberts John Bennett third, Jonathan Sutton fourth, Wayne Bridges fifth. We've got Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, Christian Sandridge, and Cody B. McDonald. Cody B. McDonald unfortunately did not take the field. Actually, it was Jamie's birthday recently, wasn't it? I'm sure I remember seeing that. uh, all right, let's get over to the Discord. We'll have a bit of a quick chat. I'm totally not trying to do something in Google Translate while I do that as well. We'll just give the boys a bit of time to get themselves sorted. Does this kind cussing rich? No, that's not right. All right, let's do my job. Let's do what we're here to pay for. Let's go interview some drivers. Where is my Discord? Ah, it's hiding behind my overlays. I hadn't moved it over. Just another thing I wasn't ready for. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to start off with the boss man. He qualified a pole in the feature race. I hope he doesn't yell at me because hopefully he had a good heat race. We did unfortunately miss that with a few time confusions. But after a quick "you right, Bob," we got it going, and here we are. We got to watch the 30 laps here at the Motowear International Sprints. Josh Roberts, you're off to a great start there, really looking strong. Peyton Burkett just one too many restarts. He was able to get by you and take that race. But second at Wheatland, Lucas Oil, you got to be pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll definitely take a second. Which I was really kind of holding on for dear life because I was watching him, and as the race progressed, I knew that he was getting faster, and I was like, well. And then we had that late caution. I was like, come on. And when we went on that last restart, I mean, he had a heck of a jump, and I was like, hold on for dear life at this point.
No, definitely, definitely. And you're right. I mean, quick time wise, quickest time on the track, he had a 12.837, 12.931 for you. So almost 1/10 of a difference, which, let's face it, with sprint cars can sometimes not be really that big a difference. But that last lap, he ran a 13.9, you ran a 14.2. So 3/10 difference there towards the end. So not something we're used to seeing with you. Normally you get up on that high line, you get that momentum running. Only 30 laps here tonight. Now that's a little bit not shorter, but it's definitely 5 to 10 laps shorter than what we're currently used to. Do you feel like that affects having so used to having those extra 5 laps and maybe a few less cautions? Does that sort of affect where you think you're able to go, and then in a 30 lap race, sometimes it could be a little bit later than you realize?
I mean, in this instance, I think, having the shorter race kind of helped me out just because he was pulling away by the time he got by me. So it definitely would have. I was definitely holding on, and I think I went a little too hard early on because my thought process was get out early, and try to build a gap. And then we just had a few cautions, and I wasn't able to build momentum early on in the race, so I was kind of just riding it. And then I kept watching him because this is my first race with him, so I didn't really know what kind of a racer he was, but I could tell by the relative that each lap he was getting quicker and quicker. And then when, of course, on that last caution, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I'm going to give it everything I have, but I know it ain't going to be much because I think we had like 6 laps to go. So yeah, that's all hats off to him because I mean, I thought I had pretty good lines, but it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish, and he definitely, you know, by all means had the speed at the end of the race.
Definitely, definitely did. Now, let's try to have a look. I don't think Peyton was here last week. I know he raced some race. I'm pretty sure the name's familiar to me, but I can't see him on the points leaderboard. Now, one of the men,
Yeah, I think
obviously,
he only raced dirt street stocks last week
there we
because
go,
he
there
just
we
had
go.
joined.
Now the main competition for you in that comp, and also your teammate John Bennett. Now he was coming as well. He was actually the quickest on that last lap with a 13.992. Do you think if there were a couple of those cautions, you would have had to have dealt with the teammate as well?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Kind of like what I was saying. I think I was a little too hard on the throttle for majority of that race, and as 5 laps to go, I was really just holding on for dear life. early on, I feel really comfortable in a sprint car, but for some reason, late in the race, like I don't know how to handle it. So I don't know if it's wing control or throttle control or driver control. I don't know.
Little bit. I always say it's the loose nut behind the wheel. That
Oh
generally.
yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm just updating my alarm while I think of it for today for next week. Although I think by the time I get used to it, our daylight savings is about to come to an end, so it's going to go back to what it used to be like by the time I get used to it. So I really
Oh
apologise.
yeah.
Obviously, the Motor International sprints have been the main victim to the daylight savings changes around the world. So I do apologise about that. I was like, the race starts at 11. I'm up nice and early, and then I sort of started sending this message. I'm setting up. What's going? It's like, oh no.
Well, I was wondering, and then
Uh,
I remember last week you said something about it, so I was like, well, let's just see.
yeah, yeah, that was it. Yeah, and yeah, so I was up in time. Just completely neglected to remember that the race started half an hour earlier than it was expecting in my head. So now I fixed that for next week as well. All right, so we've still got the Motor International late models to come, and if my memory serves me correct, it will be the Pro late models, I believe.
Yeah, I'm actually John and I really haven't talked, so I couldn't really tell you.
Oh, that's going to be
Is this our third
supers.
race?
It's a
Yeah, I was
third,
gonna
so
say if
it's
this is the
supers.
third race, it might be a super.
Yep,
And then after that is when it kind of don't have an order.
yep.
But yeah, he really hasn't talked to me to give me a heads up. So
Bad teammate, bad teammate.
yeah, for sure.
Now, cool. All right, well, we'll look forward to that. I know a lot of the guys, there's a few of the guys that weren't so keen about the limiteds and the pros are really looking forward to the super portion. So Lima Land definitely going to be a fun race here tonight. Also, what I'd consider a late model track. So really, really looking forward to that. Before we let you go, get ready for that one, my friends, family, sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, always the wife. We've kind of had some a bug in this house for it seems like the past 2 months. It's like
Yeah.
one of our kids would get sick, then the parents would get sick, and we all just rotate who gets sick. So we finally, knock on wood, we're all kind of feeling good again. She's always in there with the kids while I'm in here racing. Can't do it without her. Thank Dad for sponsoring the Dirt Street Stocks with Roberts Electric, Tom Land with Motowear International, Mike Manise with my design on my cars, which I think are pretty dang cool. And all the guys, we've made it a point to get new guys in here, and it seems like the guys who have joined are meshing it really well with racing clean, but they're fast. So by all means, the more we have it's fast like that, it just means more competition. Thanks for all the guys who are coming out. We are going to Lima Land next race, which is probably one of my worst tracks. So
Oh no.
I'm not looking forward to it. So we'll see how it goes. And thank you for the broadcast. Whether or not you're on time or not, you always put on a heck of a good broadcast. So
Oh, I feel so
thank you for
bad.
that and getting her. No, 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 no. I couldn't imagine trying to keep up with all that. So I just load up a race and call it a day. You do all the hard stuff. So but no, thank you for everything that you do. And that's about it. And congrats to Peyton for the win.
Appreciate it. And yeah, look, best of luck next time. Best of luck with the super late models coming up next. But yeah, 2 more nights of racing for you to try and get back on the podium. So yeah, we'll have you back in the booth anytime we can.
Alrighty, hopefully we'll see you next race.
Thank you, Josh. Good luck, mate. All right, that was our pole position starter, Josh Roberts. Now, there was a little bit of a reshuffle on the grid because of a couple of guys, John and I forgot the second one, going to the rear of field. That allowed Payton to move up the grid a little bit. And you weren't too long until you were challenging Josh for that lead. Talk us through that first half of the race, Peyton. Were you just sort of feeling Josh out, seeing what he was capable of, seeing what the track was doing? How long until up until you passed him? Could you have passed him at any time before that? Were you just sort of getting a feel for it?
Yeah, I was kind of just feeling out. I haven't really drove these sprint cars in quite a while, and especially since the latest updates, I really wasn't sure what to do. It took me pretty much the whole practice and the whole heat race to figure out what I had to do. I paced him for the first, I don't know, 20 or so laps and kind of figured out what line he was running and moved the wing around, tried some new stuff. apparently it worked. Wherever I don't even know what I did with it, but it seemed to hook up on that last restart and gave me the slingshot down the backstretch.
Definitely did, and that is something that we're more akin to seeing Josh do to others. That highline run, get that momentum, get around him, and get past him, and so seeing it happen to him was is quite not a rare thing, but it's certainly something we're not used to seeing now. Time lapse wise, you by the end of that race, you were a good 3/10 of a second faster than him. I feel like if maybe we had one or two less cautions, John Bennett potentially could have been an opponent for you. But no, you looked very comfortable and very good out there. Now you mentioned before, was it so sprints? You're not that experienced with.
Yeah, I don't normally run these. Just, I mean, I'm more or less a late model and modified guy, but I don't know. I mean, I try my hand sometimes, and obviously I saw where this was happening today, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And like I said, they're totally different than the last time I drove one. A lot more throttle driven, left rear driven. Didn't realize, basically took me the whole race to realize you had to be in the throttle no matter what.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, it was they're fun once you figure out, what you have to do and the lines you have to take.
Yep, yeah, no, definitely. I've sprint cars are something that I just can't quite tame myself. I watch you guys make them look so damn easy, and I go, all right, I'll give them another shot, and then I fail miserably. So I'm going to leave the sprint cars to the experts. You guys, as I say, you make it look easy, but that's down to that quality of driver skill that we have on the track. Now, you mentioned late models. We're off to Lima Land next for the super late model round of the Motor International late models. That's up after this race. How do I want to word this? Is there much expectation on you to perform well again in this race?
Well, I mean, I would like to. I actually just found out today that they had changed the late models since the last time I drove them. I guess in a recent update, they're more into the track. So with Lima Land, not really. I mean, not really my strong suit, but
Yep.
we're going to give it a go, and hopefully we'll figure it out like we did these, and just take it lap by lap and move some. Well, I don't know, move some adjustments around.
Def-
Obviously the wing helped a bunch. I mean, the first half of this race, my wing was kind of up a little bit, and didn't realize that if I did move it down, it did make me looser where I could enter the corner. Because like I said, with them being so left rear driven, that it's tight, and that's why I struggled with Josh to begin with. He was fast. He had the line to go. I couldn't really see him once I got up underneath him a few times, so I kind of just backed off and waited for the right time. Yeah, he was strong. Hats off to him. He raced me clean, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're just gonna give it
Definitely.
a go and hope for the best.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, look, congratulations. Yet again, no mean feat taking out a win in this crowd. So settling in nicely after your dirt street stock race last week, and now the sprints this week. We've got the super late models coming up next to watch you again. Before we let you go, and can't wait to watch you enjoy that success. But friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Trent. He's actually the one who's been behind all this iRacing stuff. I don't have any of the sponsors on this car, but like I said, I don't normally run these. But it was Sean's Landscaping, Speedy Fast Designs. He normally does my wraps, but like I said, I don't run these enough to have a wrap, so kind of just went with the plain Jane. But yeah, those two are really it. Obviously, my mom and dad for being, the supporters they are, and
Definitely.
everyone that's, had a foot in this iRacing stuff. Finally starting to get back into league racing, so it'll be fun. We're gonna take it, night by night and lap by lap, and go from there.
Excellent, man. Well, look, we look forward to having you on our screens, just settling in as if you were part of the crew the entire time. And yeah, can't wait to see one, what the guys try and do to battle you, and two, the answers you have for them. So best of luck in the future races. Best of luck with whatever other races you've got on, and we'll see you again later on tonight at Lima Land.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Thank,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Good broadcast.
Appreciate it. All right, that is Peyton Burkett. I forgot your surname there for a second, Peyton. Sorry, Peyton Burkett,
Oh, no, you're fine.
our winner here tonight. All right, that is going to wrap up our broadcast of the Mud Mule TV. Um, where was I going with that? It's not Mud Mule TV sprint cars. It's the Motor International sprint cars. Sorry, Tom Land. Now, yeah. All right. Well, I'm just going to wrap it there. I need my coffee. It's here. I'm going to smash it. I'll be back for the Motor International late models coming up in about 20 minutes on Mud Mule TV. Thank